So, today, former FBI Director James Comey was questioned in front of Congress, in front of the whole country, live on television / the internet. I will be remembering this day when I'm an old man about how our country collectively came together as a whole to not change our opinions on anything we've learned from our respective news bubbles. The entire time, Comey held on to his consistent beliefs, being very honest, to my belief, the entire time. People like James Comey are super interesting because they feel like a TV show character. How are you that straight-laced? How are you that straightforward and on brand all the time? However, I did learn one thing while watching the hearing. I learned that I myself have read some false news. Personally, I like to read news from a bunch of different websites, everywhere from MSNBC all the way on the left to Fox News all the way on the right, and they all always say different things about the exact same things.
And we don't call the press to say, hey, you got that thing wrong about this sensitive topic. We just have to leave it there. Nonsense, but I can't go explaining how it's nonsense.
Somewhere in the news cycle somewhere, I read that James Comey regularly wrote handwritten notes about the conversations he'd had. I learned from the hearing, from himself in his own words, that this is something he only did with Trump. So I can say I did learn something. There were so many moments where he was like, oh, I actually can't say that out here in front of everybody, so stop asking me those questions.
That's a question I can't answer, and
No.
I can't go farther than that. I'm not going to comment on whether that happened in an open setting.
There are many moments where he actually just couldn't answer any of the questions that we all wanted him to answer right then and there. Because American privacy, the government, something like that. What I find interesting about Comey is that he seems to be very, very honest. I don't know him personally. I don't know the details of what he did in his job, but from what he projects, it seems like he's very well aware of what he needs to do and does exactly that. Someone also asked him if he believes that there were recordings of his conversations with Trump inside the White House. He said himself that he gives his consent for them to be released. That's super honesty. That's very good. Also, James Comey is 6'8". 6'8". If you're watching this and you somehow don't know who Vladimir Putin is, you should probably change that right now. If this earth somehow goes to World War III within the next 5 to 10 years, I would not be surprised if Vladimir Putin had something to do with it. I'm not saying he would start it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he had something to do with it. A lot of people don't know that before he was Russia's president, he was in fact a spy. And I'd assume a really, really good one. Plus, he's really good at hockey, apparently. Only issue with Putin is he kills journalists who don't agree with him and is friends with Assad, who drops chemical bombs, and the million other things that he's doing. Putin is so power hungry that he's not only the second president of Russia, he's also the fourth. He took 4 years off as prime minister and said, you know what? I want to be president again. He took 4 years off to be prime minister for the second time and then became president again for the second time. So the amount of things that he's known since the 1990s and before then must be expansive. A new Oliver Stone documentary was released to the public in which he stated, I am not a woman, so I don't have bad days. I'm not trying to insult anyone. That's just the nature of things. There are certain natural cycles. Huh? What? I'm a man, I have hella bad days. Created by men and women. What are you talking about? There's so much going on in the world politically, as always. It's hard to believe anything that's coming out of anybody's mouth. So in times like this, believe in what you trust, your eyes, and look at these photos of Vladimir Putin shirtless doing manly things, never ever having a bad day ever. By now, you've probably heard of rapper XXXTentacion. You've probably heard of his song, Look at Me Now, which has over 80 million plays on Spotify. Last night when he was performing at the Observatory North Park in San Diego, he was attacked live on stage. During his set, a random person came up from the audience and straight up attacked him. Can't show the footage on the show, it's violent. He does the attacking, he knocked him out. Since we can't really show that footage, I'll just illustrate it myself.
He was on stage singing something, then a big fist came and knocked him out. He was done for.
Reportedly moments later, right after the attack, he tweeted, security and venue set me up. I got sucker punched and knocked out. It is what it is. As a musician myself, I would be really upset if someone did this to me during one of my shows. I'd be sad. I would have gone backstage and cried a little bit and then tweeted. I'm just really confused as to why someone would choose to be violent to this person. Why would you make it a part of your day to be mean to someone else and do something so violent? Tentacion later tweeted, next time, make sure you kill me so I can't talk shit. I mean, when you listen to this man's lyrics, I'm not sure why violence would ever get in your head. If you don't believe me and how I feel, I'm gonna now read some of the lyrics to his song and you tell me how you feel. I'm like, bitch, who is your mans? Hey, can't keep my dick in my pants. Hey, I gave her dick, she ain't men. Hey, she put her tongue on my dick. Hey, look at my wrist, about 10. Hey, just got a pound of that booth. Hey, brought that shit straight to the booth. Hey, tell me my heel figure boots. Hey, she said one fuck, bitch I do. Hey, you pull a gun on my mans, hey, I put a hole in your parents. It's now being reported that the person who attacked him is actually a goon in a rival rapper's crew. But still, why violence? Rap music is currently going through what I would like to be called the worst generation, and I'm glad to be a part of it. I got new music coming out soon. How do you guys feel about everything that happened today? It's Kanye's 40th birthday too. James Comey? Did you learn anything from that? You feel the same as you did before, don't you? How do you guys feel about news videos? I enjoy doing this every once in a while. Let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button. Yeah. And hey, while you're at it, click this card over here to see the new episode of my show, Extroverted Sensing. We just made it up. New episodes are coming soon. Love life, live it the way you want to.